Someone asked, would it be freeing to express your emotions, to the narc, even if they don't care, just to free yourself, to express your pain to them? Would it be freeing to do that?
If you do not, listen, if you do that, do not expect him or her to respond and say anything nice or pleasant to you. Because I never wanted to hear a woman tell me she loved me, because now it's like, ooh, I got to say it to her, but I don't know how to say it. I could say it, but I wouldn't feel it, so I would lie. Don't expect them to give you any type of closure, any type of feed. Do not expect that, because they can't do it. They don't want to do it. I can do it now because I have more understanding, clarity, and awareness because of my therapy. But before therapy, you say, you know what, express yourself to me. All right. You know what, Tasha, I could sit down and make a woman cry and then just sit there and watch her cry and wouldn't feel anything.
And just nothing.
Absolutely. Two things I felt. I'll be honest with you. I felt anger, even if I made her cry. I'm like, what the hell are you crying for? Damn, will you stop all that damn crying? Stop. It's irritating me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Leon, you know, and I'm not making fun of her, but that's
right.
what, they would stop crying for me and suppress it. And I'm not going to make it better later on. I'm not going to come back and be like, all right, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. No, I meant to make her cry because I was insecure. So I got to hurt you, make you feel bad because I'm not going to feel it. And the second reason why, if a woman cried, two things happened. I got upset. And the second thing happened, it turned me on. And I can't explain to the women. They'll go, well, what do you mean? It turned me on to feel that I had the ability to make her cry. But it's another step to that. If I make her cry and I go hug her, hugging her was not to console her. Hugging her was to see if I can feel her body. And if she hugged me back and she kissed me, now I wanted to have sex. So
right.
With anger and sex, it was always about feeding one or the other. If I get angry and you push me when I try to hug you, I'm going to go smoke, drink, or cheat.
Yeah.
But if
that's your way of surviving with your demons at that time, where she's literally, truthfully, genuinely in love with you, I'm sure. Yeah. But you had, so I mean, it doesn't sound odd for you to mention that. I'm actually I'm grateful you mentioned it, because that's what happens. It's feeding your demons at the time. Whoever the person's dealing with, they, like you said, they're emotionally detached. So you're sitting there crying out, and that person, if they have not got the help, like say, for example, right now, you can address that. You can recognize that. They knew what they're doing because it's feeding them.
All the time. Yeah.
Lyrical Love asks, so it's hard for you. So is it hard for you to be affectionate? And that could be, I don't know how that feels now versus, in the past. I don't know.
Back then it was hard. I would be like, stop. Even though I like kissing women, back then it was like affectionate, romance, rose petals, candlelights, bubble bath. Nah, get in the shower with me. We're going to play in the shower when they're going to go right to the bed. It's like, whoo-hoo. It wasn't no romance in the stone. It wasn't no starting the kitchen. I was always touchy-feely because if she turned me on, which happens a lot because I was very promiscuous and sexual, it wasn't like build up to it, Leon. No, it wasn't like the holding hands and the soft music and the great conversation and Google looking at each other's eyes and all. It was like, boom, bam, and the women was like, well, damn, they were satisfied, but they weren't romanced at all. I'm like, I'm not a romantic dude. You already knew that when you met me. We talked about that. Because I guarantee you, any conversation I had with a woman when I was out there like that, sex is going to come up. It's going to come up. And the more we talk, the more you drink, the closer we get into your bedroom. You're not going to deny me. You can't. You could, but I didn't want her. I didn't let her allow her. So I was always touchy, feely. But
your end goal was really not to like fall in love. It was just to get her in bed, basically.
I fall in love? No.